Today we are going to be comparing place values and how their values relate to each other. If we take a look at this number 688, we are going to focus on the 8 in the ones and the 8 in the tens. The first thing we need to do is take a look at what their values actually are. The 8 in the ones is worth 8. What's the 8 in the tens worth? It is worth 80. So we can look at how the values of these numbers compare to each other. We're going to look at this phrase and see how we can tweak it to make it easier for us to understand. The 8 in the ones is blank to the 8 in the tens. First, I'm going to reduce the amount of words that I have here. The 8 in the ones is worth 8. And the 8 in the tens is worth 80. So now I can simply reread this. The 8 is blank to the 80. We have two choices. The 8 is 10 times more than the 80, or it is 1/10 of. So if I look at the 10 times more, the 8 is 10 times more than the 80. So that would mean I could take my 80 and do times 10 to get 8. And that just doesn't make sense. 1/10 of is saying to divide. I could divide 80 by 10 to get 1/10 of its size. And does that equal 80? And it does. So the 8 is 1/10 of the 80. If we look at our next example, the 6 in the hundreds is worth blank of the 6 in the tens. So I'm going to cross out that phrase to make it simpler. The 6 in the hundreds is worth 600, and the 6 in the tens is worth 60. Now I can reread it. The 600 is worth blank of the 60. Our two choices, 10 times more or 1/10. So what I'm doing is I am saying that the 600 is worth 10 times more of the 60, or the 600 is 1/10 of the 60. So I take these phrases and I apply the operation to the second number. So 10 times more is multiply, 1/10 is divide. 60 times 10 equals 600, or 60 divided by 10 equals 600. Only one of those is right. Which is it? It's quite obvious that 60 times 10 equals 600. So the phrase, if we read it together, the 600 is worth 10 times more of the 60, and that does make sense.